Hey there, welcome to day 2171 of What You Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting the journey as I transitioned originally from the brick and mortar corporate world of businesses to the online world of business and back and forth again with the pandemic and everything. And I like to hop on every day and talk about what's working, what's not working, what kind of content I'm creating, lessons learned, aha moments, things that just pop into my head that I think are important on my journey of becoming a better version of myself. Today's topic for the Let's Grow Annual Challenge. This year's annual challenge is all about growth. Last year it was the Get Your Goals Annual Challenge. We spent the entire year talking about goals. This year we're spending the entire year talking about growth and growing in different areas and aspects of our life. Why? Because several of us looked and took a snapshot of where we are in our life and said, oh, this is where I am. Yeah, I'm making progress, but it's really, really slow in certain areas, and I want to grow faster. So we're picking and choosing the areas we want to grow faster or slower in, how we want to grow, what it means to us, and all the different tools and tips and strategies and tactics and things that we can use to help us to do that. How? By doing one small thing every single day. So today we're talking about our core values around the whole topic of growing, growth, grow. What are some grow core values, and how do we grow and increase, and how do we figure out what our core values are? So I shared a quick process where you can find other places to get different processes if that process doesn't work for you, or if you've never examined or looked at or thought about your core values before. A lot of people are new to the challenge and they've never really thought about some of the topics and tools or been exposed to some of the tools that we're going to talk about this year. We'll repeat and we'll use some tools that are my very, very favorite because they've been so effective for me, and other tools I will have just left by the wayside because we tried them during one of my previous challenges and we're like, yeah, the results were wishy-washy or so-so. I might mention those tools because some tools work really well for other people that don't work for me at all. There's this, because we're all unique human beings, and it's our job to treat ourselves like our own science experiment and figure out what does work for us. For example, affirmations work really, really well for me and give me great results. Affirmations, which work for millions and millions of people, leave me pretty flat, and they weren't as successful. And so I kept looking for ways to improve affirmations so that I would get better results from them. And that's where I learned about affirmations. And we'll talk about that because that's, again, now one of my favorite tools. And I've made it automatic, and I linked it up to other habits that I have. So I automatically do my affirmations every day, and they are giving me the results that I want, making progress and growth in different areas and aspects of my life. So for Supersize Your Business at the beginning of this year, I decided I wanted to do something different. And so I thought about what are the top 20 strategies, supersizing or growth strategies, growing, supersizing, same thing, right? That I've experienced or used or worked with people on over the past decades, lots of decades in business. And instead of going through, because depending on your business, some of these could be super duper hard and complicated to implement, but they can also be really simple, right? And the older I get and the more experience I have, the more I see the value in keeping things simple. So I asked myself, what are the 4 steps that need to happen if we want to test a new strategy? Say you've never done today's strategy, which is have a customer retention program. Maybe you've never had one. What are 4 steps you can do immediately or almost immediately? I guarantee that somebody could set up a customer retention program in a day. Been there, done that. You can start a podcast in a day. I started my first podcast in 1 day, right? People are like, oh, I did it in a week or whatever. I'm like, well, you know what? It doesn't even take that long. If you set your mind to something and you know what you want and what your end outcome is, you can do it much more quickly by simplifying the process than if you have to do all kinds of complicated things that in the long run really don't matter. So keep it simple. So I shared the 4 steps, and we're doing that for each of these top supersizing strategies, just 4 steps. And then I created a checklist. If anybody wants it, all they have to do is ask. It's just a list of the strategies, and it's 4 steps for each one. And you can actually use that as a checklist to say, I've never tried this strategy. I'm going to quickly implement this and then see if we get any results. If we get positive results, we'll do more of it. If we don't, we'll look at a different strategy, or we'll do something different, or we'll find a way to tweak it to make it work for us. So that's what I'm working on besides getting over COVID. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.